Happy Sat Stack and Saturday. Welcome to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. In today's show, I'll be sharing the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as we're breaking out back above 67,000 with 70,000 in play. We're also going to be discussing breaking news. Grayscale announces plans for a Bitcoin ETF spinoff, as well as Ether price may dip after the ETF novelty wears off due to the surging supply, and the official launch date is the 23rd this Tuesday for the Ethereum spot ETFs. We'll also be discussing in German, Michael Saylor issues a strong Bitcoin statement. I'll be sharing what he said. We'll also be discussing a $100,000 Bitcoin target incoming, according to deVere Group CEO Nigel Green. I'll be explaining why. We'll also be discussing all the latest with the big reports of Trump sending Bitcoin to $1 million per coin, adopting it as a U.S. strategic reserve asset, the latest insights from Dennis Porter, Max Kaiser, as well as the latest controversy surrounding Bukele and Trump. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, crypto fam. What it do? How many of you were on the pump watch? We went for like over 13 hours from last night. It was pretty lit. Clearly, we didn't hit the 70,000 target, but I had a lot of fun, and we may resume that pump watch this evening at around 11 o'clock. Granted, we maintain above 67,000. Shout out to everyone in that live chat. What's popping? What's good? What's new? Good to see the fam here with us, as always. Let me know if the stream is loud and clear. We're streaming on 3 platforms right now, which includes X, Rumble, and YouTube. We're going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. So if you guys can repost this, I'll repost all your posts over on X. Shout out Data, shout out JC, shout out OG Backroad Crypto Bootleg, shout out Chandy Road Call. Welcome, fam. Good to see you. There's also a live poll up. When are we going to hit 70 Gs? Do let me know. And I also have Chandy's channel pinned. The new song she created, all the music, all on one video and one track. That way you guys can access all the music if you wanted a playlist. So that is pinned at the top as well. Love the pump watch. Do it. Shout out Chris Klein. Glad you had fun. We had a blast. I appreciate your guys' support. It was pretty lit. We had close to 3,000 people on the stream over on X. Yo, JV, what up, Eric? Good to see you, brother. I get off at work at 10:30. Would be awesome to come home. Yeah, so here's my thinking. As long as we maintain above 67,000, we'll resume the pump watch, which we started yesterday. And we'll see if we hit our target this time at 70 Gs. Let's get it. Shout out James, shout out Christopher, shout out Texas. This is live and interactive. So please do let me know where you're tuned in from. We have a global audience, clearly. So we got fam here from all over the world. Wednesday for the 70,000 Biddy Man. Shout out from Skipton, North Yorkshire, UK in the building. Christopher Cox representing Texas. Let's get it. You already know.
Oh my gosh, it's finally almost here. JV is going to talk to us. Crypto news is near. I can't stand waiting. There is no debating. I waited all day, maybe I need a life. But Bitcoin is all I can think about day and night. Hurry, JV.
Shout out to the first two to repost the stream over on X. Catherine Weaver, greatly appreciate it. Just reposted your tweet, as well as Eric. You know what time it is. Thank you for reposting the stream. Anyone who reposts the stream, I will repost your repost. And I'll also make sure to follow you over on X and give an on-screen shout out that you deserve. Welcome, everyone just joining us. We're still above 67,300. We tap roughly 67.6 was the current local high. So we're getting very close to re-entering price discovery, which we tapped back in mid-March, which is currently sitting at 73.8. Welcome, y'all just joining us. S. Graham, good to see you. Data Bita, as always. San Diego in the building, representing. It's really catchy. Says, must have the mustache. Right on. Shout out Jerry Reynolds as well. Always a pleasure, fam.
Bitcoin, 60 G's, 60 G's. Buying opportunity for 5th level sexy G's. What do you think, JV? By the biddy, who cares about a roaring kitty? A boring kitty, not me.
Shout out Nipsey, fam. Show him some love. He is the best of the best. And Nipsey appreciates all the support as well. Thank you, fam. I see we're growing. Once again, if anyone reposts this over on X, I'll repost throughout the stream. I'll be checking my X feed. Shout out Marcus. Shout out Matthew, 70 G's. Pump for ants. We going much higher. Amen to that. We love Nipsey. Nipsey appreciates the support, family. But yeah, let's, I guess, just dive right in. I do have a lot to share with you. It is Sat Stacking Saturday. A great time to be stacking them Sat, sub 70,000. Shout out Joseph. Welcome, family. Can't beat 60 G's. Yes, we can. 1 mil incoming. Let's go.
Not for the weed, I go Kit Kat, kitty cat, a kitty cat. I'm for stacking the sats, stack the sats. Ain't no thing, baby, it's a chance to stack those sats.
A chance to stack those biddies. There's all the Nimpinator love. We appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But anyways, fam, if you're new to the channel, very important to smash the likes. Go ahead and subscribe, then hit the bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every day, just like this. Today is pod episode number 1706. I'm your host, JV. Markets are pumping. We've been pumping since the failed assassination attempt on Trump. And today we're above 67 G's. The current all-time high for the cycle, which we tapped in mid-March, is sitting at roughly 73.8. So what we're going to do here is check out our market watches we do every day to kick off the show. And then we'll look at some of the live charts and do some live technical analysis. So here we have it. You should be able to see on your screen, this is Coin 360. You can see the bulk of the market back in the green. Bitcoin still up 0.5% on the day, trading above 67,400. We have Ether trading above $3,500, also up 0.5%. Big news is this Tuesday, that's when the ETH spot ETFs officially go live. So Tuesday, the 23rd, 3 more days. This could be very bullish for ETH. Obviously, over the long term, it could be very bullish for the entire market, but it could also be a sell the news event. You just never know in crypto. So keep that in mind. We also have Doge, one of the top gainers, up roughly 8% on the day. Solana's in the green, XRP's in the green, while Tron, Litecoin, and Cardano are correcting and in the red. And checking out CoinMarketCap.com. We're currently sitting on a $2.45 trillion market cap. The Bitcoin market cap is at 1.3 trillion. We had roughly 55 billion worth of volume, at least in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance on the climb at 54.2%, with the Ether dominance at 17.3%. How high do you think the Bitcoin Dom will likely climb for the cycle? Let me know. And checking out the SOT 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we have Mantra, Ordi, and Dogecoin, followed by Brett, ZK, and Floki. Which alts, if any, are you bullish on for the bull? Holla at your boy. And checking out the crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective on the daily. Safe to say roughly 60% of the market in the green, some respectable gainers, but zooming out on the monthly, very similar, maybe 60 to 70% of the market in the green, with some of these coins up over 100%, but many of them I've never heard of, must be new meme coins. Bonk is up 40%, Solana up 25%, WIF up 25%, even XRP is up 19%, yo. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, today we're back at a 74 in greed. Yesterday was a 60, last week was a 25 in extreme fear, and last month a 60 in greed. So there you have it, crypto fam. Let me know where you feel the price action will likely take us for this month of July. We got another 11 days left, 11 being the divine number. That's right, there is no second best. Tell them.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm number one. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Yeah, you already know. Welcome, y'all just joining the stream all together. Shout it out. There is no one who can doubt it now. Let's tell the world about how happy days are here again. Happy days. Monday, Tuesday, happy days. Amen to that. Looking for the Nippinator indicator. You got it, Joseph. Last signal he gave us, we're up like, what, 15, 20% since? So shout out to the Nippinator. Anyone looking for the next 1000X? 1000, eh? It's going up forever, Laura.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Forever. Shout out C.W. Bath, I believe that's Mr. Bone Daddy. He wrote #1 Bitcoin channel on YouTube. Greatly appreciate and respect that. Just reposted your repost. And if there's anyone else reposting, BTC, Palm Beach, I appreciate the repost with all the American flags. FJB, amen. Trump Vance 2024, Trump 2024, MicroStrategy, let's go. Just reposted the repost, broski, and appreciate the share. Shout out Chandy. She just reposted Eric's repost of the stream, so just reposted the repost of the repost. Appreciate your support. 70,000 on the way, says Devon. I appreciate that comment. Shout out the one and only Devon. Devon. Just reposted the repost. Much appreciated. And of course, shout out to JC with all the reposts always coming through. Yeah, so you already know, family. We're live and in the flesh. Silver Spike, I appreciate the repost, broski. Just reposted the repost. And we're going to continue checking the Twitter feed throughout the streams to maximize the eyeballs we get on here. And it's much appreciated. Thank you again. Shout out Joseph. Smash the like. The likes help out tremendously with the YouTube algo. So thank you, broskis. Let's get it. 70 G's around the corner.
Chances stacked up big T's. Baby, you never heard about me with another coin. Bitcoin.
And speaking of 69 G's, we have a new song called 69, which we will be playing a little later in the stream. So stay tuned. It's fire.
Got my mind on my Bitcoin and my Bitcoin on my mind. 60 G's, 60 G's, a buying opportunity. Bitcoin. But I don't sweat it because it's just pathetic to let it get me involved in that set.
68.5 today, 70,000 by Tuesday. Appreciate your prediction there. Zach Hudson, shout out Anonymous, shout out Tony. I want 69 G's, baby.
On the dip crowd, sell on the dip crowd.
Yes, so Tony, you're the one who recommended it. Chandy actually took you up on that challenge, and she created the 69 song yesterday. It's lit. We played it during the pump watch, and we're going to be playing it later in the stream.
Dip sell, dope sell, no sell, no Bitcoin sell.
Yes, JC, I reactivated the Streamlabs comments in the chat, so you may see some stuff going on in there. I turned that on to experiment with it, so we'll see how it does today. So if you see anything from Streamlabs, that's our chat bot. That way it could sprinkle in resources and links throughout the stream for the fam, including I also added Chandy's music so people can subscribe to it, to the Streamlabs feed. So yeah. Ricky Norwood, 70,000 this week. Defo.
I'm no sellout. Bitcoin. Roger out, Roger out.
Yeah. So 70 G's in play, fam. We're only 2,500 away. Make some noise for that, and welcome everyone joining the live stream. We're going to be streaming for the next couple of hours. We just covered our market watch. Next up, we're going to check out technical analysis, look at the live charts, one of my favorite segments, and we're just going to get right into the live charts for today. So here we go. Just give me a second to switch the scene. Should be able to see here. There we go. So yeah, looking at this chart, this is the 1 hour, and then we'll zoom out from here, starting here. So this is the 1 hour chart. We do have a bullish pennant formation breakout. This is live and in the flesh, live chartage for you. So this is brought to you by TradingView via Coinbase. You can see the bullish pennant breakout. We do have a target at roughly 68,800. We also have a target sitting all the way at 70,500 for a bullish pennant, and we do have a target sitting down at 64,900. I'd love for us to smash clearly that 70,500 target, as 70,000 is clearly the next psychological resistance level for Bitcoin to capture. And zooming out some from here, again, that's the 1 hour. Let's check out the 4 hour, and we'll work our way back. You can see we had some huge green candles which occurred, which are beautiful, which took us all the way back up above 67,000. And now we're starting to reascend again. Will we recapture 70,000? Let me know your thoughts. 4 hour chart clearly looking very bullish. And the two indicators you see are the RSI and the MACD, which we like to look at as well. So zooming out from the 4-hour, we'll take a look at the 1-day chart. And you can see how bullish this is. The past 2 green candles we just had, past couple of days. But prior to that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green consecutive candles. And again, that all started after the failed assassination attempt on Trump. And ironic enough, that was 10 days, after Trump announced ultimately his embrace of Bitcoin and, all that fun stuff. And we know Trump is going to be speaking in a few days at the Nashville Bitcoin event in Tennessee, which is the largest Bitcoin conference there is. And there's going to be over 20,000 people there. And he may be delivering a very epic speech, which could be discussing adopting Bitcoin as a U.S. Treasury. We're going to be diving into that later, so stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing the latest updates regarding all of that. So here's the 1 day, also very, very bullish right now. And let's zoom out a little bit more, and we'll check out the 1 week. Again, live and in the flesh, we do have a bullish flag formation on the weekly chart, looking very bullish. We have a target at 94,000, and we have a target for a cup and handle all the way at $126,267. So ultimately 126 G's, which would take us to 6-figure territory, which is ultimately approximately a 2x from here, right? 100% gain from here would take us from 67 to close to this cup and handle target, which is at roughly 126. So can you say send it? Let's get it. But wait, there's more. Let's also zoom out on the monthly. And as you can see here, monthly, we finally got a green candle forming. We did have 7 consecutive greens, so it's been very bullish for the past year, but then we finally got a corrective candle, followed by a green, followed by a corrective, and now we're going back green. I think we're going to get a green monthly close for the month of July. But let me know before we enter into August. And there's a lot of analysts also very bullish for September. Some say September, but I say September bull, because you got to consider where we are in the cycle. We just had a halving on April 19th, and typically history shows us post-halving we have 18 months of pure bullishness to reach and ascend new all-time highs and reach a new cycle high, which where's where we're at right now. So it's a beautiful time to be stacking sats. The smart money knows this. The whales know this. But let me know your thoughts, fam. That's the latest TA, what's happening with the charts. Let's go. Shout out DNA. Bitcoin's going to at least 4X. 4X is amazing. 60, 120, 180, 240. That would take us roughly to $250,000 per biddy if we did a 4X. HODL is all I know. DCA smooth sailing. I predict 245. Word up. And ignore the, if Streamlabs is censoring you for links. We know Streamlabs is very sensitive. I have to tweak the settings. I turned it back on today, so I'll be tweaking the settings to get it perfect to where we need it. So my apologies, DNA. It's going to do what it's going to do, though. Never mind, I'll look it up. It's got to be secure, says DataByta. 80,000 this week, says Jerome. 80 G's, and I ain't talking J Powell. 80 G's would be obviously pretty lit. Once we surpass 73.8, that's going to take us back to price discovery, which is just a cute name, meaning all-time high. And the beauty there is it's unprecedented, meaning we can go as high as you can imagine. Bitcoin has no top because fiat clearly has no bottom, and anything is possible, and all things are possible with God, and all things are possible with the biddy. So you already know. I understand, DNA. It is what it is. That's why I say just ignore it. It's all good in the hood. Hey, JV, I'm at work yet again, watching the best show on the tube. Love your brother and the CNA fam. Thank you, DNA. It's good to note that. And again, I just will tweak the settings on Streamlabs. There's some things I need turned on for other reasons, so I had to turn it all on. And I'll just tweak it accordingly. So thank you. Did you see all the short positions on the DJT stock? I didn't get to see that on the Friday. I would imagine they all got liquidated. Let me know if that's accurate. Support Crypto News Alerts through Patreon. We do have a Patreon. Thank you, Streamlabs. The link is patreon.cryptonewsalerts.net, and we appreciate any support we can get. Also, we have memberships on the channel. If you want to support us through the memberships, the link is in the chat. All-time high in play. Do you take Lightning Bitcoin payments for donations or merch? I do, specifically for donations. My Lightning address is in the description below the video on the tube as well as on Rumble. However, for the merch, I'm using Redbubble, and there's no Bitcoin option, unfortunately, to buy the merch. But maybe in the future, we'll have our own unique store where we can accept Bitcoin payments. However, again, we do accept Bitcoin as well as Ethereum donations. If you want to support the stream, it's appreciated. I'm never motherfucking selling. That's what's up, Mr. Bone Daddy. I've had a long-term target of 84,000 since April. It's part of the big wedge, and it's running a predictable course, but we just swing right past it at this point. All good, brother. All good in the hood. Inform my grandson that I am watching Crypto News Alerts. My man. Shout out Joseph, and shout out to your grandson. If you tell me his name, I'll give him a shout out as well, and greatly appreciate all the support over on X family. I see we already have 500 people on the stream. What a blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jerry Reynolds, thank you as well. And BTC Palm Beach, I am now following you over on X. Bitcoin and Shiba, I appreciate the repost. Just reposted the repost. Much love, much respect. Must have more sats. I appreciate just followed you back, brother, and I appreciate you reposting, liking the comment. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. We're live, CNA fam. Shout out Crypto Surge. Steven, appreciate you, brother. Just reposted the repost. We live with family. JV is the man. Stack Sat Saturday. You already know, cowboy. Just reposted the repost. Thank you for that, brother. Appreciate the comments. I'll set him straight. You already know, Eric, we're going to be talking about that Max Kaiser rant against, Trump and Bukele and the controversy and the drama going on right now, of course, as well. And welcome, everyone, just joining the stream. I'm going to be checking the X stream throughout the broadcast so we could continue to show you guys love for showing me love. And it's pretty lit. We already have 20 hearts. And we already have 16 retweets. I'm about to retweet my own posts because they allow you to do that as well. So I just reposted the stream. And if you guys can do the same, thank you, family. And it's a beautiful thing because there's 21 hearts and 19 reposts. That means virtually everybody who liked it or hearted it is reposting it. And that's phenomenal. You don't ever see that on X. That's a rarity. So you guys are amazing. Give it up for yourselves. I greatly appreciate all the support. Let's see if we can get a couple of thousand people on the stream before the end of the show. That'd be pretty lit. Also sent 1,000 sats to your Lightning address. Keep up the good work, brother. Greatly appreciate the donation. Mustache, that's very kind of you, brother. Please look into the DJ T-short. Weirdest thing, it makes you wonder. That was Binance that canceled. They're at 18 billion in shorts. Word. Eat my shorts. Be ready. Your friend and family will be asking how to buy the biddy. Be prepared. Be prepared. Wise words. Job bless. Shout out Ron P. How you been, broski? Good to see you. And shout out Bukele. Let's get it. And Allen Iverson. Georgetown throwback. You already know, family. But welcome, everyone just joining us. It's good to see the fam in the building. Everyone, make sure to space between the end of the sentence and the next word. Streamlabs thinks you're sharing a link. If you don't, appreciate the insight. You figured it out. Thank you, JC. Did Trump respond to Max about Bukele? No. If he did, I'll be the first one to share it. So you already know. However, there's a lot of interaction with Max regarding it. So we're going to be covering all that here today. My stepdad is 70 and is close to retirement. So I've been trying to get him on board. Shout out to your pops, Marcus Roth. Never too late to own the biddy. It's the greatest appreciating asset in humankind, the greatest store of value to ever exist, and it's perfect money. JV is not going to be in Nashville. I got family matters. I have my little one. I'm not able to make it out there for the conference. Maybe next time. I've been to the one in Miami, but I'm not going to be there in Nashville. Speaking of open interest in shorts, Bitcoin 30-day shorts dropped from 12 billion to less than 3 billion in less 2 weeks. The bears are now chickens. Let's freaking go. Well, anyways, fam, let's keep it moving. We got a lot to share. Keep the comments flowing. And remember, this is live and interactive, so we appreciate all the comments and questions and feedback. And throughout the stream, we'll be reading the chat as we always do. But anyways, our next story of the day, now we finished our TA. Let's discuss Grayscale announcing plans for a Bitcoin ETF spinoff. That's right. July 19th, yesterday, crypto asset manager Grayscale announced plans to spin off a portion of its flagship Bitcoin fund, Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, better known as GBTC, into a new exchange-traded fund. On July 31st, Grayscale will contribute 10% of the spot Bitcoin held by GBTC to its new ETF, and that's 11 days out, family. Grayscale Bitcoin Mini Trust. Interesting, the mini trust. The company said the ETF is set to begin trading on the New York Stock Exchange Arca Exchange pending final regulatory sign-off. The current GBTC shareholders will receive shares in the mini trust in direct proportion to the shares they hold in GBTC. And as a result of the spinoff, GBTC holders will hold the same amount of spot Bitcoin as before, but across two different funds. And from a value point of view, say a theoretical person has 1,000 in ETHE or GBTC. After the spinoffs occur, it should essentially be $900 in the original fund and $100 in the new mini ETFs, according to Bloomberg ETF expert James Safart, who shared that on X. And on July 8th, Grayscale announced a similar move with its Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF, while existing ETH shareholders receiving proportional distributions of shares in its new Grayscale Ethereum mini trust. The spinoff was a win for the current ETH holders because of the mini trust management fees are a fraction of those charged by ETH. Now, the mini trust charges fees of 0.15% compared to 2.5% for ETH. Fees are calculated as a percentage of the fund's total assets under management. What a difference. I mean, obviously, who wouldn't want to pay 0.15% versus 2.5%, which is outrageous, just as the Bitcoin ETF fee from Grayscale is outrageous, I believe, at the same 2.5% fee. Grayscale has not revealed the management fees for the Bitcoin mini trust, but industry analysts widely expect to see a similarly stark discount to those of GBTC, which currently charges investors 1.5% annual management fee, which again is very high compared to the competitors. Grayscale's GBTC and ETH funds are amongst the longest running spot Bitcoin and Ethereum funds in the United States, originally launched back in 2013 and 2017. The GBTC fund holds upwards of $17 billion in assets. A person familiar with the matter said the distribution would offer existing shareholders a tax-advantaged way of swapping out the legacy fund into the new ETF. So there you have it. Crypto fam. In our next story, we're going to be discussing the Ethereum ETF in more detail as they are getting the green light to launch on the 23rd, which is 3 days away, which would be this Tuesday, family. Welcome, everyone joining the stream, and happy stacking Saturday. 1 bitty equals 1 bitty. Amen to that. 1 BTC or 1.1 BTC is all you need for life-changing wealth. Granted, you hodl, right? They are lowering the fees also about dang time. Amen. When will they be able to have some reduced fees? I think the tax advantage flexibility and moving the assets. Be wary of Japanese waitress serving Chinese fortune cookies. Oh boy. We cannot see the story online. Which story are you referring to? 70,000 Monday. Dorado Beach reppin' CNA. DJ Wednesday all day, every day. Respect, family. You didn't share your screen? Oh my God. So that entire time I was reading and you were just looking at my face? That's not fair. I was supposed to have been sharing the screen, so I messed up. It should have been looking like something like this. But anyways, I guess we passed that now, so hopefully you enjoyed my face. My apologies. I can't believe how hard it is for people to understand where Bitcoin is going. They want to stay poor. Thank you for the heads up. Next story, I'll make sure to share my screen. My intention was to share the screen. I like to share what I'm reading so you can see the source. I did drop, of course, the link in the description, though, to all the sources that I share, from the stream in the YouTube description and the Rumble description. Trump only said those things against what we assume was for Bukele because we want to work with him when he is president. In his book, The Art of the Deal, on how he deals with future partners, nonetheless, is not right. So I'm going to share Max's feedback with all that. Stay tuned. It's pretty lit. We call them tadpoles. We are the dragons. Yes, we are dragons that slay 100%. I want to start playing some of the new Jammy Jam called 69 G's. This is brand new track, the most recent, newest track Chandy produced for us. Enjoy it.
We've been climbing, aim for $1 million climaxing, never stopping. Bitcoin is rising. We already hit 67K, and now we're aim.
67 G's is in. Shout out Tony Bitcoin Stark. I appreciate the repost, and I just reposted the repost, and I'm now following you on X. Let's go.
Up at that 69 sweet G spot, rocket ticking off. Everybody knows it's the magic spot. Watch how it goes.
You know it's the magic spot. Haha. We call it the B spot instead of the G spot. It's the B spot. Shout out Acrobit. I appreciate the comment done, my brother. Again, consistency is the key. And the one thing you are is consistent. Yo, Chandy's new song is a banger. So there you go. Loving the new music from Chandy. We appreciate the support. Just reposted the comment. Shout out Megadon, says all-time high. Let's go. Just reposted the repost and greatly appreciate it. 69 G's, baby.
When we hit the 69K, we will continue to grow. Let it flow, 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 flow. Magic cosmic fire. The rocket is fueled up. Prepare for flight. Rocket up kind of high. Doing, doing, doing.
The doing, doing, doing.
69G bound, such a fun time. Rocket up, kind of doing. Sexy rising Bitcoin. We're on the brink, we're feeling fine. Counting down the seconds, it's almost time. Hold your breath, keep it tight. 69G's gonna light up the night.
If you'd like to see 69 G's, holla, let me know in the comments.
Day up 69, pump appeal, we're on the brink, we're feeling sexy. 69G heat, counting down, it's almost time. Hold your breath, be prepared to fly.
Time to fly. And I'm going to save the second half of the track for later, so you guys stick around. It's fire. That's the new 69 G's track by Chandy. Support her over at Chandy10 Music on the tube. You'll see her link pinned in the chat. And also make sure to follow her over on X and show her some love. We appreciate it. 69 G's, baby. But anyways, next story of the day. Here's the latest with the Ethereum ETFs, and I promise I'll share my screen. Ether price may dip after the ETH novelty wears off due to the surging supply. Well, Ethereum's price might decline after the initial buzz surrounding the spot ETF wears off and the supply continues to increase at the current rate, according to the analyst. Quoting him here, Benjamin Cohen, if the supply of ETH keeps increasing by 60,000 a month or 60K a month, like it has been since April, then by December, the supply will be back to what it was at the merge. Very interesting. Now, Ethereum, which became deflationary after the merge, saw its supply drop by approximately 455,000 ETH by April 2024. However, since then, the supply has increased by around 150,000 ETH. The analyst claims that if it continues to increase at this rate, it might revert to what it was prior to the merge happening over 2 years ago. Quoting him here, if the supply of ETH keeps increasing 60,000 ETH per month, then we'll see the supply revert to what it was back at the merge. He also says if it follows 2016, then ETH/BTC final capitulation will not start until September 2024, which would be enough time for the novelty of the spot ETF relative to Bitcoin to potentially wear off. And while he believes that in 1.5 years, the price of Ether will likely be higher than the current price, there is a decent chance that it declines within the next 3 to 6 months. And so it would ultimately is hinting at a sell the news event, kind of like what we saw with the Bitcoin spot ETFs when they launched back in January of this year. Meanwhile, just a few days prior, on-chain analyst Leon Wademan pointed out that Ethereum is facing a supply crisis, quoting him here. Exchange balances down 10%, while 39% of the ETH is locked in smart contracts, he stated in a post, claiming most investors don't realize how tight the ETH supply side is. 5-spot Ethereum ETFs will begin trading on the CBOE July 23rd, this Tuesday, family, pending regulatory effectiveness, which the CBOE just announced yesterday, July 19th. So on May 23rd, the US SEC approved rule changing permitting the listing of several Ether ETFs. The 5-spot Ether ETF set to commence trading are the 21 shares Core Ethereum ETF, Fidelity Ethereum Fund, Invesco Galaxy ETH or ETF, and VanEck ETF, along with Franklin's Ethereum ETF. So there you go, crypto bros. Let me know your thoughts on the Ethereum ETF. Do you think it'll be a sell the news event? Do you think it'll make everything pump right away, or do you think it'll take some time, as the analyst suggested. Let me know your thoughts. Family, and I'll read these comments out loud. Best 69 ever. Chandy is the queen of this epoch. Amen. She is definitely the princess or queen of the epoch. 100 degrees here. The biddies need to catch up. It's hot as hell here too, family. I wouldn't invest in ETH myself, but if you do, there is likely going to be a sell the news, dip the buy. But it is meaningless when they can just print it at will. This is true when it comes to the max supply of Ethereum. The infinity sign represents the max supply, meaning they can print unlimited amounts. You got to keep that in mind, family, unlike Bitcoin. So let's go. Love y'all. Pre-gens, regens, and degens. Great family.
Come alive with the big vibe. 69 G's come young video. Wink at us, JV. We are all here. CNA fam is hooting like wise owls, feeling the thrill for that 69K milk cow. 69 in.
69 G's incoming, family. We so close. 1,500 out. Shout out, boss. I appreciate the comment. 69 G's. Let's go. Send it, JV. Just reposted the comment, brother. Anyone who reposts or comments the stream, which you can find over on my X, is going to get reposted and followed and shouted out. We appreciate it.
Darting, darting, it's a darting, darting no. We've come so far, we've seen it all. Bitcoin will not fall. 69K, it's a celebration. Bitcoin love sweeping the nation. So let's toast to the future, raise our glass high. 69 G's under the moonlit sky. Crypto fam together,
69.
feeling the beat. In the world of Bitcoin, we can't be beat.
We can't be beat. 69 is chump change, JV. We're going to blow over. Thief number are the past. These numbers, just no one has realized it yet. Facts, Mr. Corvette. We will blow past 69. You already know.
Biddy up 69, pump up here, we're on the brink, we're feeling sexy. 69 G heat, counting down, it's almost time. Hold your breath, be prepared to fly. Come alive with the biddy vibe. 69 G's come, young video.
Stack them biddies, family. Trump next week in Nashville, 100. Dr. Sauce, stay tuned. We're going to be covering the latest with Trump, Bukele, and adopting Bitcoin for the United States as a treasury reserve and all that good stuff. Shout out Streamlabs. Thank you. Yes, after party on Rumble, 100%. Make sure to be following me on Rumble, fam. It's rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Dope song, says David. Glad you like the new 69 G song. Make sure to follow Chandy over at Chandy10 Music and comment the track for her. It'll help with the algo. 1 week since the pew pew, and he's going strong. This is so true, yo. Nothing can stop Trump right now. God is protecting him. I would call that divine intervention, surviving that bullet, wouldn't you say? Bone Daddy, where's FJB and who is running the country? Apparently, he has Novid. He claimed in a video in 2020, with the vaccine, you can't get the Novid. Meanwhile, how many times has that old man allegedly had Novid? How many times? And how many of the poison jabs did he take? You know, he didn't really take any of them because they're lying to you, but I digress. We're on the tube. But anyways, fam, keep the comments flowing. Shout out to Dr. Sauce. Welcome to the Huddle Gang, Huddle Gang, Huddle Gang. We appreciate all the support from our members. You're amazing. But yeah, yo, exactly. No one gets Novid 6 times in half a summer. Precisely. I hear Donald, what? Raise your hand in the chat if you are unjabbed. Unjabbed sperm is going for 6 G's a load, family. 6 G's a load. 81 million vetoes, though. I know. Crazy, yo. But anyways, keep the comments flowing. I appreciate it. Here's the latest from Mikey Saylor, the one and only Giga Chat. He's also going to be in Tennessee at the conference. He just shared something in German, issuing a strong Bitcoin statement. We're going to break this down for you. So yeah, recently the German authorities, as you know, liquidated Bitcoin valued at $3 billion. Have fun staying poor, Germany. From June 19th to the 12th, the July government sold 49,858 biddies for approximately $3 billion. And regarded as an emergency measure, the sales had a connection to a continuing criminal probe. But both politicians and business executives have expressed strong disagreement and disapproval over the extensive liquidation. The government promised the sales were carried out in a way that supported the market. Yet during the sale period, the value of Bitcoin fell more than 22%. So they definitely did not support the market. They could have did it over the counter and did some like private deals behind closed doors with like Justin Sun, who offered to buy the biddies off the German government, but they decided not to because it was an orchestrated attack, in my humble opinion, to crash the market, probably working with the United States government. But I digress. Let me know your thoughts. Even with the purported prudence, many have begun to doubt the actual market impact of such a big sell-off in the light of the recent precipitous decrease. The chairman of MicroStrategy, well-known supporter of the biddy, Mikey Saylor, has been amongst the most outspoken opponents for the German government's decision. Saylor expressed his disgust on social media by posting in German, "Until you run out of Bitcoin, it's not an emergency." His somewhat mocking remark demonstrated his tremendous conviction in the potential of Bitcoin by implying that running out of Bitcoin is an emergency in and of itself. Amen. And I didn't realize Mikey Saylor spoke German. Shout out Mikey Saylor. Michael Saylor instructed MicroStrategy to consistently invest in Bitcoin. They were the first publicly traded company to do so back in 2020. The company, with a $6.2 billion unrealized profit, spent $8.3 billion on the biddy, dedicated to the world's most popular digital asset. Saylor believes the current financial strategies must integrate it or have fun staying poor. German lawmaker Joanna Qatar joins Michael Saylor in her chorus of criticism. Qatar said the Bitcoin should be kept on hand as a reserve and regretted the government's decision to sell up its holdings, particularly at the time when Wall Street titans and other financial institutions are beginning to acknowledge Bitcoin. She called the selling useless. Hey, I agree. The liquidation in Germany has significantly drawn more backlash than the other countries like El Salvador. Bitcoin became a legal currency, a legal tender in El Salvador back in 2021, thanks to Bukele. And now the nation has 5,500 biddies worth around $300 million. And acting proactively, the Central American country treats Bitcoin as a regular form of money and implements regulations establishing private investment banks out of other digital assets as well. And Bitcoin banks coming soon, family. You'll be able to borrow against your biddy. El Salvador's laws reveal that more and more nations believe Bitcoin might be a valuable instrument for their own economies. Well, duh. The fact that the nation welcomes Bitcoin is quite different from Germany's decision to sell off its reserves. This opens the discussion about the impact of virtual currencies to national economies. In the meantime, Mikey Saylor's concerns about Germany's massive crypto liquidations will be something that Bitcoin aficionados will be closely keeping an eye on for the coming days and weeks. Now, someone please run the math for me. Think about this. If Germany would have just hodled their Bitcoin for like another week or two and started dumping now at, say, 67,000 versus at whatever it was, 55, whenever they started dumping, I don't know exactly, how much more profit would they have in realized gains if they just waited and hodled a little bit? So Bitcoin's up like 20% or more. Someone run the math. I don't know the exact numbers, but we did tap 53,500 as the recent local bottom, and today we're at 67,000. So if they just waited a little bit, they'd probably have an extra $1 billion. But if you can run the math, it'd be helpful. So I'm just guessing numbers. For another 6 months, says DataBiter. Word, JV, greetings, brother. Shout out LT, appreciate you, broski. That new song by Chandy is fire. Amen. It's definitely fire. The German wallet has 2.5 billion in profit. There was investors that sold with only a few million in profit. Sucks to be them. What, in your opinion, do you think Bitcoin will reach 70,000 this month? Yeah, I'm very positive. I mean, take what I say with a grain of salt because this is not investment advice, but I'm very confident Bitcoin will hit 70,000 this month, potentially this weekend. We'll see. If not this weekend, then I think this week. Could I be wrong? Yes, but I think we will hit it because of all the bullish momentum in the market. And we're going to do another pump watch. We did a 13-hour pump watch last night, which ended this afternoon. We're going to do another because 70,000 is absolutely in play. We keep inching higher and higher. I mean, we're above 67.4 right now. We're pretty close. 2,600 away. Another thing their law says they have to monetize the asset. They have to do to realize the Bitcoin already is monetized. Stupid laws. create stupid decisions, unfortunately for them. Fortunately for us, more biddies for us. The real question, once all the Bitcoin are bought up, will the Bitcoin be controlled by the institutions? Well, they can't hold our biddies if you have it in self-storage, self-custody, so it's irrelevant. As long as you got your biddies locked up, you ran these institutions, you're golden. The moment Trump mentions Bitcoin as the U.S. reserve asset, it goes to 85 easy. We may go right to 100,000 off the back of that. If Trump theoretically makes the announcement next week in Nashville that the United States of America is going to hold Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset or as a treasury play, game on. 6 figures coming very soon. Thanks for the stream, bro. Right back at you, Lou. Appreciate the support. Shout out Raven. Bitcoin already is money. No need to convert it for a seized asset law. Amen, data. Damn, JV Pump watches. I need Adderall. Glad you were on the Pump Watch. Greg says, keep in mind, Bitcoin fans, MicroStrategy DC8 into Bitcoin and 2x leverage. Average cost of 40 Gs. The NASDAQ traded fund is still sitting at 0.886 fib, 1778. If Bitcoin runs, MicroStrategy will quickly run to 3,300. Let's get it. What it do? What is what it will send the Bitcoin price to? Price discovery. It's time. It's time. 69, baby.
We've been climbing, aim for $1 million climaxing, never stopping. Bitcoin is rising. We already hit 67K.
67 already in play. We already smashed it today. We tapped it yesterday. Shout out Cape Cod. I appreciate the repost on the X. And again, anyone who reposts the stream, I'm going to be streaming at least for the next hour. I appreciate it. And thank you, Eric, for another one. Bitcoin has no top because fiat has no bottom. Just reposted the new quote from the repost, so we appreciate it. 69 G's in play, baby, baby. And Eric even posted some pizza. Is this how you like your pizza? Now, I don't do the pepperoni, but I love the sauteed mushrooms. I would just switch the pepperoni out, personally, with some pineapple. That's just me, though. You feel me? We appreciate you, brother. So thank you, thank you. We already got over 1,000 people on X. X gonna give it to you. And we got over 1,200 people already on the stream. We're streaming live on 3 platforms. We on X, we on Rumble, and we on YouTube. So let's get it. Trump's supposed to be arriving in Michigan. Hope Secret Service personnel this time. Yeah, hopefully. It'll send the price to the stars, JV. That would be epic. Agreed. DXY wanted to drop to 103. It's been a good support, but I think we'll see 103 in August. Buy more ADA. I need another private jet, says Sociopath. You already got a private jet. You're working on number 2. Good for you, broski. JV, what price was Bitcoin when you bought your first sat? $1,500 a coin. So not too shabby. That was in 2017. Strawberry moon soon. Strawberry fire moon, it's time. Bitcoin surge. TNB will be allies, no fear. You talk about Trump and Bukele. He was just using old talking points from a few years ago. At surge, organically grown for shizzle. Homie, don't grow shims, chems, or smoke thems. Word. Pineapples is said to be, said it before you did. Exactly. Just grilling and chilling today, actually smoking a ribs. Enjoy your barbecue there, Tex Hex. Would you rather have 2 Papa John's pizzas or 50,000 biddies? I'll take the $700 million worth of biddy. 100% no diddy. Bitcoin is not crypto, guys. Make sure you understand this. Well said, Serge. Crypto's in a different, well, I should say Bitcoin's in a league of its own, clearly being the first crypto, right? Decentralized. There'll never be another biddy. Better get ready for the 100K fiesta. It's time. Let's go. Hot diggity dog. Cheers, Castro. Appreciate that. But yeah, keep the comments a-flowing.
And now we're aim up, at that 69 speed G-spot rocket taking off. Everybody knows it's
You gotta hit the G spot, or shall I say, you gotta hit the B spot, fam. 69, let's go.
the magic spot. Watch how it goes. When we hit the 69K, we will continue to grow.
Amen. Amen to that. But yeah, yo, next story of the day, I discussed the latest with Mikey Saylor. Let's discuss the 100K target, then the latest with Bitcoin soaring to $1 million off of the United States adopting Bitcoin, you know what I mean, and all the latest news surrounding that. But first, let's discuss this. 100,000 Bitcoin incoming, according to the deVere Group CEO. Nigel Green. Let's break it down. CEO of financial services firm deVere Group, Nigel Green, is predicting that the Bitty will soon hit 6 figs. That's right. In a new video update, Green says Bitcoin could hit $100,000 before the end of 2024, a more than 52% gain from the current value due to the increasing demand. Quoting him here, right now, Bitcoin is tipped to be perhaps the best performing asset between now and the end of the year. Right now, Bitcoin is 60 Gs. They say it is going to be over 100,000 by the end of the year. Is that logical? Well, it is possible. Why? Well, there is a limited number of the Bitty. There is only 21 million Bitcoin. So in other words, as demand goes up, and it is, then of course the price goes up as well. It is not like something like the US dollar, which they can just print more, or even shares where people's attitudes towards them change and profits are sometimes expected to be higher and come in lower than expected. He also says other potential bullish Bitcoin catalysts include the possible election in November of Trump as the U.S. president. The former U.S. president and current Republican presidential nominee has spoken in favor of the Bitty and other digital assets. Bitcoin is like a digital currency. Many people think, including Donald Trump, that it is similar to gold. Donald Trump said himself, if he wants to make sure that America is at the center, or he does want to make sure that America is at the center of the crypto industry, he shared that in a speech. Other reasons he believes the top digital asset by market cap could be extremely or do extremely well include the demand from the spot Bitcoin ETFs and global uncertainty. Quoting deVere Group CEO again, you've got ETFs. BlackRock, for example, has bought $1 billion worth of the Bitcoin for its ETF. Will Bitcoin go up in value? Well, it's certainly expected to do so. Global uncertainty, which of course, who knows what happens in the future, but we do live in an uncertain world. Again, it tends to make more people invest in Bitcoin. And he definitely makes a great point. We live in a very uncertain and chaotic world, and Bitcoin is a hedge against all that uncertainty, family. It's a hedge against inflation. It's a hedge against deflation, and so many other benefits for stacking the sats. And if you want to watch the interview with the deVere Group CEO entitled "Bitcoin to Hit 100 Gs," check the show notes below the video in the description over on the Tube or over on Rumble. And there you go, crypto bros. Welcome, y'all. Just joining the stream. Let's get it. Bitcoin to replace the bonds. The Magic Dragon. Puff the Magic Dragon. Classic. Bitcoin has decoupled from the major indexes, and the contrary funds such as the US dollar currency index is on its own path. It is set for way north. Let's get it. Let's go. Shout out Greg. Diamond hands on dragons with diamond scales. Diamond hands and laser eyes, family. Germany just dumped the amount that Luna dumped. It took us down to 30 Gs. Good point, yo. I mean, we held up pretty well considering how much carnage we witnessed from the dump. So, and I think the worst is over personally. I think the bottom is in, but that's my 2 Satoshis. Let me know your thoughts. Damn right, we live in the Matrix. That's why you got to unplug from the motherfucking Matrix. Unplug right now. Make a decision. Stack the Bitty. The Bitty is the antidote to the Matrix. You want to see behind that veil? Stack the Bitty. Get orange pilled. Orange pill the fam. With SBF in prison, 100,000. I saw an article, almost made me throw up earlier, and it said Bankman freed to get out in 4 months instead of serving the 25-year term. I was like, no, please tell me that's FUD. Please tell me that's FUD. Because I've been predicting I don't personally believe he'll serve 25 years. I think he gets pardoned by like Joe Biden before Biden leaves the office. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts. Hawk Tua on that like button, guys. Thank you, Bitcoin Surge. We need the Hawk Tua on that like button, please. It does help out tremendously with the algorithm. I'm just saying. You're hilarious. But real talk, please do smash those likes.
Let it flow, 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 flow. Magic cosmic fire. The rocket is fueled up. Prepare for flight. Rocket up kind of high. Darting, darting, darting.
Appreciate the repost, JC, but just note you reposted yesterday's stream with the black shirt with the orange hat. Today I got the blue cap with the blue jersey, but it's all good in the hood. Still love you. Appreciate you. LT, my dude JV, bringing the alpha into the best crypto show. We got to keep it alpha for the bros. Reposted broski and appreciated. So thank you.
69 G bound, such a fun time. Rocket up kind of doing. 6 see a rise in Bitcoin. We're on the
And we're about to dive into our feature story of the day and discuss a big play with Trump adopting Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset or for the U.S. Treasury and the latest developments surrounding this story. So stay tuned.
brink, we're feeling fine. Counting down the seconds, it's almost time. Hold your breath, keep it tight. 69 G's gonna light up the night.
Where my 69 G's at? Where we at? We're so close. You're very welcome, LT. Thank you, brother. And it's all good, JC. It happens. I appreciate you.
Day up 69, pump appeal, we're on the brink, we're feeling sexy. 69 G heat, counting down, it's almost time.
Shout out Rave. Good to see you, broski. Baccarat, what it do? Even just 1% of the global assets switching to the biddy would be 418,000 per coin. Let's round it to 420. Happy 420 family. Let's go.
Your breath, be prepared to fly. Come alive with the big vibe. 69 G's come, young video.
Shout out K Jammy Jam. Check out the live daily Bitcoin stream. Greatly appreciate the repost. Just reposted the repost. Respect, broski.
Oh, wink at us, JV. We are all here. CNA fam is hooting like wise owls.
And shout out Marcus Roth. Best pot around live now. I just reposted and hearted the repost. Thank you, broski.
Feeling the thrill for that 69K milk cow. 69 in. Darting, it's a darting hill. We've come so far, we've seen it all. Bitcoin will not fall. 69K, it's a celebration. Bitcoin love sweeping the nation. So
Yeah, she's using her seductive voice in this jammy jam. Do you think one of it hits 100,000, it'll climb in price even quicker? 100%. We can go from 100,000 to 200,000 overnight. Do you understand that? Do you understand what's possible? There's infinite possibilities with the biddy. Bitcoin has no top, fiat has no bottom, literally. LT, appreciate you sending your 5th ever super live on stream. How can I make my girlfriend bullish in crypto? Man, that's a fantastic question. What do you guys have to say to that? 69 is a very nice number, though. I mean, one way is to watch this podcast with her, and I think it's almost impossible not to be bullish on Bitcoin if you watch my stream every day. Even during the bear market, in the bearish winter, if you watch my stream, you got to be bullish. I don't understand how you could not be bullish. However, what are some other ways, family? Let me know, besides tuning into the podcast. Get rid of her, says Anonymous. Ooh, ouch. Hopefully she's not watching LT.
let's toast to the future. Raise our glass high. 69 G's under the moonlit sky. Crypto fam together, feeling the beat in the world of Bitcoin.
We got over 1,400 people on the stream. We appreciate the support, broskies and siskies. Let's go. Yeah, once we hit the high 80 G's FOMO, we'll start. We can hit 100K. Will be insane, I say. 150 first quarter, 20. Yeah, Bitcoin's pumped 20% like nothing. And when we're close to 80 G's, a 20% pump or 25% pump takes us to 100,000. Just like that. It could be on a daily candle, like a God candle. Real talk.
When we can't be beat.
Appreciate the donation. Thank you, family. And anyone who subscribes to the channel during the live stream will get an on-screen shout out as well. We appreciate y'all.
Biddy up 69, pump appeal, we're on the brink, we're feeling sexy. 69 G heat, counting down, it's almost time. Hold your breath, be prepared to fly. Come alive with the biddy vibe. 69 G's come, young biddy, oh.
Welcome everyone joining the stream. We've been streaming for the past hour. We got another hour yet to go. We're about to dive into our feature story of the day, and then we'll do some live Q&A for about an hour. So spread the word. Let people know we're streaming so we can help orange pill the masses here. Let's get it. And anyone who reposts the stream on X will get reposted and shouted out. And I'll make sure to follow you as well because I appreciate y'all's support. 69 G's tends to make all the ladies dance, Tony says. Just saying. But yeah, yo, let's dive right in. But quick shout out to Mr. Corvette. He just became a MicroStrategy member for the next 3 months. Greatly appreciate the support, brother. Best podcast on the tube. Keep up the great work, JV. I'll try my best. And again, thank you. It means a lot. Hawk to a what? I can't spell that right, Robert Levy says. Hilarious. I saw a meme of the Hawk Tua thing, which is the funniest one. And it's like the girl's handshake. You can use your imagination. I'm not going to perform it here, but yeah, it was quite hilarious. Let's go, JV. 70,000 next week, not today, says Joe. Great stream, JV. Bitcoin, the greatest asset of all time. I appreciate that, Dr. Sauce. Keep it saucy. Respect, family. Appreciate the support. All the supers do help out tremendously, and all the memberships. So thank you. Greatly appreciate that. Yes, let's go. But yeah, yo. Now let's dive into our feature story of the day, and discuss the latest of what's popping. Bitcoin jumps nearly 10% on the news of Bitcoin Strategic Reserve announcement. The market is signaling the USA must pursue a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. That's right. Will Trump send Bitcoin to $1 million by adopting Bitcoin as a strategic reserve asset, or adopting Bitcoin in the U.S. Treasury? Well, let's discuss it, because this is hot. A lot of excitement surrounding this right now. And also, I'm going to be sharing a lot of stuff. I don't even know where to start. Let's actually start with the headline. But first, I'm going to read you tweets, and then we'll get into the story. This person says, the Block Tower Capital CIO, Ari Paul, 10-to-1 odds against U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve by 2028. He's ultimately saying he can see it happening, but he's betting against it. However, there are those more optimistic. And I want to start with the more optimistic bunch first, including Dennis Porter, who recently wrote, breaking, Bitcoin jumps nearly 10% on the news of Bitcoin Strategic Reserve announcement. The market is signaling the U.S. must pursue a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Also in other tweets, Simon Dixon, another OG here at Bitcoin, getting more and more confirmations that these rumors may be true. Trump to announce a U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve in Nashville, Tennessee. This week, next week. I mean, it's right around the corner. Yeah, this coming week. So that would be pretty lit, obviously. That could send Bitcoin easily to 100 Gs, in my opinion. Dennis also wrote, people don't believe the USA could implement a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, but at this point, it is inevitable. And he has been calling it for a very long time. And in other tweets, this influencer wrote, everyone should have a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. You, your family, your business, your city, your state, your country, everyone. Why? It's going up forever. Laura and Melda. He also recently shared, as Bitcoin closes in on becoming a strategic reserve asset in the USA, it is entirely possible the Bitcoin will be well on its way to $1 million per coin. Agreed. If it gets adopted as a strategic reserve asset in the States and game theory plays out as we're anticipating it with the global hash war, that's precisely what's going to happen. $1 million, easy peasy. Let me know your thoughts. He says that means the $13.5 billion in Bitcoin currently held by the U.S. Marshals will be worth $210 billion. There's 1, 2, 3 commas. I believe that's billion. 210 billion from 13.5 billion. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this prediction by Dennis Porter. He also recently wrote, I've been taking calls with reporters nonstop for the last 24 hours to talk about the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. Even the mainstream media is waking up to the potential of Bitcoin. Eventually, the entire world will be pro-Bitcoin. This much is true. It's happening, family. Now, he also wrote, a journalist from a major news outlet called to learn more about my work to get pensions to buy Bitcoin. I find this one interesting. He said, I talked to a lot of skeptics who said it's too risky to add Bitcoin to their pensions. My response, it is in fact riskier not to have Bitcoin in their pension. Preach! What so many people still do not understand about Bitcoin is that it is a non-correlated asset, which essentially means if you add Bitcoin to your portfolio and everything else goes to zero, Bitcoin can still be worth something. That is important to people who hold a lot of wealth. Once someone is wealthy, their goal is to stay wealthy. Facts. And adding Bitcoin to a portfolio is one of the best ways to de-risk a portfolio from going to zero. Real talk. An important metric to pay close attention to here is the Sharpe ratio, which measures risks as compared to potential returns. Adding Bitcoin to a balance sheet improves this number. Think of the Sharpe ratio like this. Imagine 2 runners in a race. Runner A runs very fast, but often stumbles and falls. High returns, high risks. Then we got runner B, runs a steady pace without stumbling. Moderate returns, low risk. Then we have runner C. Usain Bolt runs super fast and super smooth without breaking a sweat. High returns, low risk. The Sharpe ratio measures how effectively each runner converts their speed into a smooth, consistent run without falling. A higher Sharpe ratio means the runner or the investment is better at turning speed, which is returns, into a steady, safe race of risk-adjusted performance. So the idea is that Bitcoin is Usain Bolt, and although Bitcoin grows quickly, it can do so steadily over the long time horizon while also being uncorrelated to the rest of the market. That type of product is very good for a portfolio. In fact, it is so good that some of the largest asset managers in the world are now telling their clients to add Bitcoin to their portfolios. BlackRock. So in closing, and I hope the journalists I spoke to can see this, despite the fears around Bitcoin, that does not change the truth around its potential to de-risk a portfolio. And it is not just me saying this, it's BlackRock, it's Fidelity, and Vanguard, with BlackRock producing research around this topic. That research, an optimal allocation of at least 9.5% towards Bitcoin, and they have over 10 trillion in assets under management. In fact, I've actually saw one of their research reports from a couple of years ago, which I've covered numerous times on the pod, of recommending 84.9% Bitcoin allocation to their portfolio or to your portfolio. So imagine if they actually did that, where that would send the Bitcoin price. You know what I mean? Now, here's a prediction from the Bitcoin therapist. My 12-month prediction, Trump wins the election. The Fed pivots on interest rates. There is no recession. Bitcoin goes to $250,000 per coin. AI and data centers take off. Bitcoin miners go absolutely insane. And the greatest 4-year bull market in history. Now for some tweets from Max Keiser. I shared yesterday some of the controversy, which all began with Trump making a speech and blaming Bukele for sending El Salvador's worst criminals to America. Quoting Trump here from the actual speech, he's trying to convince everybody what a wonderful job he does in running the country. Well, he doesn't do a wonderful job. So Max naturally took offense to that, and he wrote, I'd be talking ish too if I just had my ear shut off by the CIA. Trump is wrong as what? Just ask Tucker Carlson. I'm looking forward to July 27th at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville. I am sharing a stage with Trump, and I'll set him straight about El Salvador, Bitcoin country. Man, oh man, I cannot wait to hear Max and Stacy's speech. And of course, I can't wait to hear Trump's speech. And again, that's right around the corner. 7 days out, family. Let's go. That'll be next Saturday. Now, he also shared this. Should be ready when Trump is sworn in. If he has any trouble adapting to the new era of Bitcoin as global reserve currency and the Bitcoin global hash war, simply ask the philosopher king, President Nayib Bukele. And quick shout out to Chandy. She just gifted 5 memberships to the channel. So congratulations, Bobby Digi, Alan David, Mar Very, Jose Cuevo, Kenny G, and the rest of the fam. You've all been hooked up with the MicroStrategy membership of the channel. On behalf of Chandy, so show Chandy some love. Make sure to subscribe to her channel, Chandy 10 Music. But back to our story here. So yeah, Max has been tweeting like a mofo regarding, all of this. I've been sharing a lot of it. He also shared yesterday, Trump was sent by Satoshi, but he needs to make Bitcoin legal tender and get the U.S. into the global hash war, or Satoshi will be angry. So there you go, yo. And now diving deeper into Ari and his prediction regarding 10-to-1 odds that this happens. He wrote word for word, I'd lay 10-to-1 against the U.S. adding Bitcoin as a strategic reserve in the next 4 years, ultimately by the time of the next halving, which will be in 2028. Bet me now if you're going to make fun of me for being wrong in 4 years. But with that said, plausible to me that Trump might say it, which would be very bullish for Bitcoin medium time frame. And this was off the back of Dennis Porter announcing this on the 18th. Huge breaking. Trump to announce a USA Bitcoin strategic reserve in Nashville. And he wrote, P.S. This is not a joke. My sources are credible, but I got to give credit first and foremost to Max Keiser, because Max actually shared on the 15th, 3 days before Dennis Porter, that Trump was likely to make some form of announcement at the Nashville event adopting Bitcoin for the United States. So Max gets full credit on that. And so yeah, let's dive into this one. The idea of the United States government holding a Bitcoin strategic reserve may be bullish for the price, but it is unrealistic to actually come to fruition in the near term, at least according to Ari Paul, Chief Information Officer of Block Tower. Again, I already read you word for word what he shared. With that said, plausible to me that Trump might say it, which would be very bullish for the medium time frame, he added, amid traders pointing out the struggle that Bitcoin had reclaiming 65,000 as support in the recent times. Well, we blew past that now, didn't we? We're above 67. Paul further explained that while it may be possible that the next president say they don't intend to sell any of the government's current Bitcoin holdings, it doesn't mean they're actually establishing a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Quoting him here, what counts as a declaration? An off-the-cuff statement by Trump, an executive order? The U.S. government confiscates Bitcoin in an ongoing way already. A strategic reserve is a store of resources kept by governments for emergencies or unexpected events. For example, the U.S. government holds the largest supply of emergency crude oil, the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, which is held to reduce the effects of potential oil supply problems. Paul's comments follow social media speculation that former President Trump may announce plans to designate Bitcoin as a strategic reserve if he wins the election. This announcement is expected during the Bitcoin 2024 conference next week in Nashville. In fact, let me know if you guys are going to be there. And a lot of influencers are very bullish. Vivek wrote here, Bitcoin price if Trump announces a Bitcoin strategic reserve plan for the USA, a $1 million. I know Simon Dixon also very bullish from Bank to the Future. People don't believe the USA could implement a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but at this point, it's inevitable, said Dennis Porter of the Satoshi Act Fund. Everyone should have Bitcoin as a strategic reserve. You, your family, your business, your city, your state, your country. Well said. Satoshi couldn't have said it better himself. It comes after entrepreneur and investor Mark Cuban recently speculated that geopolitically instability and inflationary pressures may propel Bitcoin to become a global reserve asset. And let's never forget, that same man, Mark Cuban, once compared Bitcoin to bananas and said, bananas are more valuable. They have more intrinsic value than Bitcoin. He was actually one of the biggest Bitcoin haters. Even he is coming around. I mean, the writing is on the wall. But what are your thoughts? Do you think if Trump really did adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender or as a strategic treasury reserve or a strategic reserve asset, some way, somehow implemented Bitcoin into the United States, how do you think that would impact the global market as far as Bitcoin and the rest of the world as game theory continues playing out in real time? Let me know your thoughts. And do you think Trump will make that announcement at the conference? And let me know if you're going to be there. And I'm looking forward to that, so you already know. Now, welcome, family, to the Q&A segment of the live stream. We got over 1,700 people here now live and in the flesh. We're going to be streaming roughly for another hour, so please do repost this, spread the word, let people know we're live, and feel free to ask me anything you like. I encourage you to visit the YouTube stream at cryptonewsalerts.net so you can interact in the chat and ask me questions, and I'll do my best to address everyone's comments and questions. So let's freaking go. I think Max may have more enemies than Trump in the U.S. I am not sure. I approve having both on stage at the same time. Bullish is what? Says Trini. Bitcoin reserve currency is possible in the near term as long as Trump wins and the GOP wins. The chambers of Congress, which is likely. Thank you, Jerome. This is not financial advice, but for entertainment purposes only. If you hold Bitcoin, consider a bag of MicroStrategy, Marathon Digital, a lot of these miners, as well as a lot of the Bitcoin ETFs listed there. HODL first, talk second. U.S. would need 1 to 2 million BTC. With national adoption, we will see at least 5 million BTC. Hey. Trump absolutely, as the executive, has complete control over the strategic reserve allocations and also appoints the head executive of the U.S. Treasury. I hope it's not Jamie Dimon, because that was the rumor. If Trump elects Dimon as his U.S. Treasury, or that position as the treasurer, that's not a good look. So I hope that's just BS. But that was in some of the headlines I shared actually in the show the other day. Trump acts like King David, if you know what I'm saying. Word. Why? The derivative Bitcoin tickers outperform the underlying asset to the tune of like 5 to 1. Let's go. Let's go. We're still maintaining above 60 G's, baby. I mean, 67 G's, 70 G's incoming. If we can maintain above 67,000 this evening, pump watch, 11 p.m. Be there, be square. We did a pump watch yesterday evening. It was pretty lit. I know I had a lot of fun. 1 million BTC if Trump makes the announcement. Well, we want that damn announcement already, all right? 1 week out. Next Stack and Saturday is going to be Trump. I'm going to be covering the story here in the pod, live and in the flesh. So make sure you're tuned in, family. I'm checking the X stream again. If anyone reposts this, you're going to get reposted. I appreciate it. Cowboy 45G commented, Stack and Saturday. Much respect, family. You know how we do. Shout out Donnie Noonan. DNA Noonan, appreciate it. Crypto news is the best and perfect crypto news out there. Get in where you fit in. That's a reference. I remember a Too Short album back when I was a little kid in California. It was Get In Where You Fit In. Just reposted it, brother. Thank you, DNA. Shout out Robert Damoni. Just reposted. I just followed you back, brother, as promised, and just reposted the repost. Greatly appreciate it. Beanie, appreciate the support. He says, love tuning in to catch up on the daily market recap. Just followed you back, broski. Hearted it. Reposted it. Let's go. Guido in the building. Shout out the one and only Guido. Just hearted and reposted. Appreciate it, family. Rihan just reposted it. I appreciate it, broski. Best of the best. Never miss one. Always gold info. Blessings from Bolivia. Let's go. Just reposted you, broski. And just followed you back as well. I greatly appreciate that. Let's go. Yeah, yo. So you already know. Get in here. Now is the time. Lucian ETH, greatly appreciate the support. My dude, check his show out. Just reposted the repost. Thank you, brother. Greatly appreciate it. Best pod around. Thank you, Marcus. You guys are fantastic. We're crushing it. We have over 1,700 people on the stream. We're going to be streaming for the next hour. Welcome to the Q&A segment of the live show. But what I'm going to do, we're going to end the YouTube stream. So if you're on YouTube, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get the F out of here. We're going to continue the uncensored extended version of the pod on Rumble and X. So if you're on X or Rumble, you're good. But if you're on YouTube, you got to go to rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. And let's continue with the uncensored version of the pod. First, let me end the poll, and I'll read you the results really quick. Here's the results. When 70 Gs, you should see it coming on the chat here. Here we go. Before the end of July, 57% of you. This weekend, 25% of you. 11% say August, and 5% say September. So there you go, family. Let's continue uncensored style, exclusive on X and Rumble. Deuces to the YouTube fam. It's fun. Always have fun. But catch me on the Rumble. Rumble.cryptonewsalerts.net. Let's go. And thank you, Baccarat, with the super. God bless Trump, he wrote. I appreciate the